Well, this should be interesting. Starting off with a job that I guess I could take over from someone else. So, gonna do what we can, doing a little Corvette. Luckily, I have a few things on that one. Sorry, tripping over stuff at a friend's garage. So, not my place. So, don't hammer me on this. Doing what we can. Bear with me. The first time starting YouTube. So, here we go. I'm Jason. Nice to meet everybody. See if I can flip the screen over and start us here. There we go. All right. Little Corvette. Had a bad lifter after another shop did a setup on there. He's already started it, wasn't able to finish it, so I am doing the passenger head. The only tricky part is that very back little bolt right there, stripped out. So the owner of the car got a hold of a time Sert kit, so we're going to try to do that. I'm not going to show everything on that one right there. I'm sure it's going to be a fun one just because of where it's located at. Can't get a whole lot of impact or anything, and it's all going to be hand tools on this one. So should be interesting. I mean, good looking little Corvette. Supposedly got cam, tune, a few other things like that. So gonna pull the head off of it, and I'll be back in short time. All right. Well, it looks like we might do a couple of these in some sections here, so I'm gonna kind of probably have to stitch this stuff together because I did find a bit of an interesting one. We're fixing one bolt with a time Sert, the very far back one back there, and now the middle one right there may possibly need it also too. A couple of threads came out with it, so right now I'm in the process of chasing all the threads with ARP thread chaser and going from there. But this is kind of what came out of that one. I think we may have more than what I think the bolt will grab at that point right there. So that's the next step. Gonna have to do one and then do this one. Two different steps on that one right there. The other one's a shorter bolt in that one corner, and these are the good old LS1 mile long bolts. I mean, geez, I think they're tent stakes is what they got their ideas off of on that one. So back at some of the setting, I did the whole top row right here except for the very far end one. Doesn't do a whole lot of good. Doing the bottom row right now and make. All right, we got another installment here. Everything is cleaned up, taped off. I've got all the settings set up for the depth of the drill and follow the instructions on the kit. That's the only thing I can say. If I went through step by step, it would be a little overkill. So going to be a little tight right there, so I'm going to have to use a angle ratchet, which is kind of, just a regular ratchet wrench, and go that route with electric. So going to be slow and tedious, but I'll come back with the next step on this one. This is just basically drilling the first hole and going from there. Well, back at it. It's been seconds for you guys, but I tell you what, this was a pain in the ass. Out in the center portion of the block, front of the block, shouldn't be too bad. I got one more to do in the middle. But I tell you what, let's see if I can get this angle on this thing here. As you can see, there's zero room to get any kind of a drill in there. There's also this little bitty lip right there. Oh, focus is horrible. Focus. There we go. But yeah, that was a real pain in the butt. A couple little tricks, hand tools, electric side ratchet. I could almost say it easy 2 hours. I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, the way the setup was is kind of weird. They said to set it up this way, add this, and then it'll go down to the point where it stops, and it should be right on that little spot. But apparently not. But luckily, that drill in there literally goes and stops right on the end of the block. So luckily, that's that short little bolt right there. So we should be okay on that one, hopefully. But yeah, pull that out of there, clean it up. I got most of it cleaned up. I just kind of set it in there for the time being. So yeah, here we go. Oh God! And be prepared for a major backache the next day. So be right back with the threaded inserts. All right, back for another edition. It is drilled. Tap was so much easier. And I wish the drill cut like the tap did, but that's not going to happen. Got the insert ready to go. Loctite, probably a little overdone. A little screw on the inside, so let's see if we can do this one-handed and keep on, there we go, keep the camera on there too. So probably should have pulled the plate off, but I'm too lazy to do that right now. Alright, get the ratchet on there. Oh, go clockwise. There we go. It's kind of fun. I'm not left-handed, so it's going to be even more interesting. There we go. That's a little easier. Try to get a better angle at it. That way you can see what the hell's going on. Not have a light reflecting off the lens. Alright. Go until she stops. It should be a hell of a lot further in there, but we'll see. This whole the whole thing's been a little bit weird. But we'll go until she's supposed to be. There we go. That's a little smoother. Get past all the boogers on the threads. Whoop. Trying not to give myself a knuckle buster there on the headers. But we got there. She snugs up. Oop. There we go. Alright. Coming out. Alright. Well, you don't need to see me unratchet the damn thing, so. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, back the next day. Wow. It's been a while since I leaned over a Corvette. Especially after a car accident. That's never any fun. So, got the first hole done, insert in. Second hole on the LS one on this thing is, yeah, pain in the ass. So, if somebody quotes you high on a time cert, yeah, there's a good reason why. There we go. Got it drilled. That thing took a while. That's all I can say. 'Cause that hole was pretty deep. You know, it's not like a Gen 4, which is definitely a shallower bolt. These long bolts on these damn things, you know, like I said, they're only 6 miles long. You know, they're huge. So, got that done. Got the hole cleaned out. Getting ready to do the cutting tool. Time Sert cutting tool is absolutely awesome. That thing right there, yeah, cuts like butter. You know, and it cuts like a hot knife through butter. We'll go with that one right there. But yeah, it's works really well. The insert goes in pretty decent, so this will be a little bit different being so far down in the setup. The other one looked kind of funny because, like I said, the way it sits up a little bit higher in the system, as you can see right there, compared to the front of the deck. So I popped the head on it with the gasket and everything, without the gasket and anything like that, and ran a bolt through it. It did bottom down on the head, so I'll be doing the same thing on this one after I get everything all done and cleaned out, and then make sure that bolt will at least bottom out and on the head anyway. The mating surface there, and make sure it stays in the thread. So I'll be back with you here shortly, kind of stitching these things together here, because you know it's always fun working injured. So I'll explain a little bit of that in probably another video. Okay guys, got that cut down. Yeah, a little more interesting on this one. The shallower bolts cut a hell of a lot easier. I tell you what, those deeper ones, you got to do a little bit more work on those son of a bitches. So got the insert ready to go, got the Loctite on it. I have to admit one thing, the Loctite on this one is definitely a little different. It's not like your Loctite you get from AutoZone, O'Reilly Auto Parts, and all those little holes in the walls, I guess you would want to call those. They're definitely not the same. This one is much thicker, so let me get this little turd down in the hole and get her locked in. It's going to be a little bit different, so it's hopefully going to go down long enough. I mean, that's That's the only concern I have. I have a feeling it's a Gen 4 kit, but we'll make it. It's pretty deep in there. I'm gonna go as far down as I can. Make sure she locks down, give it a extra little uggy dugga, like the instructions say. And it's definitely a deep cut. I know the cutting tool is definitely getting a workout, as well as I was. I know I was burning through batteries like crazy on my tool. Kind of crazy. My Milwaukee I was using, it got down there and didn't really hold up, I guess you would say. I had a Craftsman, tried it out, and I was like, let's see what this thing does. And that little bugger actually has a whole hell of a lot more torque than the Milwaukee. And that little 20 volt battery held up a little bit stouter too. So there she is. Elbow grease. But yeah, the Milwaukee did okay. But I tell you what, that little 12, ooh, there we go. That little 20 volt Craftsman did night and day difference. It did quite well. Didn't expect it to hold up as durable. I mean, it was just actually a drill, and I have a Milwaukee drill also too, and that one didn't fare the best at that point right there. But yeah, this little Craftsman right here did pretty good little number. I got the battery on the charger right now. But yeah, put it on drill, put it on one. This little guy actually, tried to rip itself out of my hands, and surprisingly did quite well. So that's just that little bitty thing you get from Home Depot and Lowe's or wherever the hell else had, or some of these kits that come with it. So, all right, back to pulling the tape off. Actually, I'm going to try it before I take the tape off, just in case there's any problems. I'm going to take the head off, the head kit off of there, and then take the cylinder head and set it on the block with the tape on there after I wipe it down. Run a bolt through just like I did on the other one. Make sure it stops in there, at least down to the base of the head of the bolt. So if it does that, I think we're going to be okay. But yeah, that's really difficult to see. But man, let me see if I can zoom in on that little bugger. Yeah, see down in there. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, it's definitely in the hole. Kind of hard to see. The camera doesn't do a whole lot of good. It's probably about 3.5 inches down in there, maybe a little further. So if you're in an LS1, be prepared to do a lot of cutting and use a lot of brake clean, a lot of I found the WD-40 did okay, but I went to just an assembly lube. We had some VP assembly lube lying around, and I put just a little bit on the threads on that one right there, and use it on the cutting tool and the threading tool. It's nice. It helped pick out a lot of the chunks of aluminum out too. So, but once it got down into the collar a little deeper, I hit just a little dab of it right there on the tip of this little collar that goes into that hole right there, and didn't really seem to do too much. I tried one run with just a shot of the just the WD-40, and swear to God, that thing, all it did was squeal, and it didn't do a whole lot of good at all. So cleaned it out and put the assembly lube on it, and that seemed to do the trick right there. So, but we'll see what's going on. Bear with me, guys. I'm not looking at the camera, so it's like it's new to me, all new to me. So, but feel good considering a few months ago I was in a pretty healthy car accident. I'll explain that one probably in a video after I get this thing done, and some weird stuff behind it from employment and everything too. So keep an eyeball on for that one. Kind of shady. I know I've talked to a few people and they're like, what the fuck? Excuse my French, but yeah, they were a little surprised at what happened, because if you're out on disability, I guess, you know, right to work states. I'm in Texas, so they can pretty much let you go at any moment for any reason, for a whim. So, all right, guys, I'm going to jump into cleaning everything up and making sure stuff works, and we'll go from there. But I'll be back. Like I said, just stitching these videos in between stuff. I don't want to have to sit there and watch you or have you guys watch me do all the little nuance crap. Like I said, this is not a how-to. This is just me doing it. So it'll be fun. All right, back at it. Got that all done. Cleaned out all the bolt holes. Ran the tapper through everything just to make sure we don't have any other problems so far. Cleaned the surfaces of the head. Got the gasket put back on there and everything too. New gaskets. Gonna have new head gaskets. We put new lifter trays and everything on there also too. The thing came apart actually for a bad lifter, and this is the side that had it, and that's when they found the bolts. So, and then on the back of the old pick 'em up truck, got the head cleaned up pretty well on that one right there. And then after that, just putting the head on. So, gonna go slide that on there, get the bolt started, and go from there. So I'm not gonna do this one-handed, not with me, hell no. So gonna turn the camera off, put it back on, and then get all the bolts started, and may torque them down, I'm not sure, but do little stages. Be right back. Okay, back at it. Got the head on with the bolts all snug down, using just stock bolts. On this one right here, 22 foot-pounds, first pass, 90 second pass, 90 second pass, except for the very two end bolts on those are 50. So, and then I believe 22 to 25 on the smaller little bad boys on the top. So, but yeah, making progress. Hopefully have this thing back together by tomorrow. Just putting in a few hours each day. So. But other than that, thank goodness. Our cooler Texas day, yesterday was 85. Most people are like, oh God, 85. Yeah, when it's 110% humidity, it's miserable. So definitely step by step. Got the old 22 foot-pound, got the Quinn from Harbor Freight, splurged when I had it on sale. So definitely not a bad little deal. I like it because it's got the angles in it, but I mean, if you can't figure out 90 degrees, you got a problem. 40, 50, that I can understand. That's 45 plus a niche, so not a big deal. So I'm going to get this all torqued down, and then get the headers on it, rocker arms, check for push rod length on this one right here, because it's one concern we thought we may have had on this one, but we don't know if the heads are milled or anything like that. So do a push rod length check. I've got the push rod length checker on the shelf, so we'll check all that out and see. I mean, technically it should be the 7400s. It's a 228R cam, and they did the single spring on this one, which I would have done probably the dual spring, but hey, owner's the owner. Had it done previously at another shop. I'm pretty sure the other shop was being cheap ass and figure out what they had laying around. So, but it is what it is. All right, torquing it down and go from there. All right, be right back. All right, back at it. Got all the torques done on the bolts, angles, all that good fun stuff. Headers on also too, so I'll flip you. Headers are on, torque to spec, and no, not torque to spec, I'm sorry, just got to get those done. Got the little crossover tubes on this one right here. Stupid part about it is I don't know who did it, but they were, oh, here we go, dropped them on the floor. Someone decided to do just a cheap little, looks like what they did was just a gasket on there when it should have a little aluminum piece with the coolant crossover tube with the little O-ring built into it. But yeah, that was talk about half-ass janky shit. So that's all done right there. So I'm going to torque headers down, start sliding in rocker arms, making sure we have the right push rod length after that, and then should be able to torque down all the rocker arm bolts, and then intake manifold after that. So shouldn't be too far off. Corvette, if you've ever done it, drop a bolt down in here. Well, you got to pull the battery out. Sert's way back in there where they like to fall. We're back over here, so that's half the fun. Dropped a header bolt, had to dig it out because didn't have any spares. So that's all done right there. Getting the last little bit done here. I'm going to double check everything in the back because I know we got an oil pressure switch coming also too. So we're going to put a new oil pressure switch in it just to make sure. It's always a good idea if you have the pressure problems on that one. Check your sensor first. So. All right, back to torquing, and then we've got the intake manifold and everything to do on it. That is next. And then I have to clean the valve covers, all that fun stuff, because those things are just nasty. So, gonna clean that all up, go from there, and then, oh, there she is. There's the intake manifold. Way over there. He's got it set on a chair. Don't mind the garage. It's not mine. It's a mess. It's always fun doing work for other people, but hey, if you can't get it over to your place, use their garage. So, all right, back at it here, step by step. Be right back with you in a little bit.
Oh, well, what help if I plug in the poles? That's, I move these out of the way so I can...
No, yeah, I was going to say.
All right, let's try this.
Okay, all right, let me reboot here. All right, well, we made it back. Well, we found out what it was. One plug wire off. All righty, fire it up again and see if we get all 8 this time. Sounds like all 8. Go to the front of the car. Oil pressure good? 50 oil pressure?
It's not pegged out anymore.
Nice. Well, I mean, oil pressure's good. Got the good old stinky stuff on there. Voltage is up. Coolant temps. Boy, I bet you it didn't get unplugged. All right. That's okay. That's all right. That's another reason probably why it's kind of acting a little funny. So, give me 1 second here. Yep, we got old stinky headers. All right, cool. Working on that one. Oh, get this plug wire out of here. Now that the headers are nice and hot, there we go. Let's see if we turn a light on here. Hey, here we go. Hey, look at that. Yep, found a header with the thumb. All right. Coolant temperature sensor. Let's see here. All right, gonna need 2 hands for this one. Light it up. All right, yeah, I got the coolant temp sensor plugged in. Let's see what she does. Fire in the hole. Look at a little tick, 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 tick. Huh? Yeah, bad sensor. Hey. Still got tick, 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 tick. Yeah. Sounding pretty mean. This is a little 228R cam. So, you're getting there. Fixing the bugs on this one, so getting it warmed up, making sure we got a good oil pressure, coolant temperature, fans come on, burp the system, all the good stuff. So, yeah, here we go. All right, a couple days later, got it all done, ready to go. We had to kind of really quickly hurry up and get it done to get it back to the customer. So we just put some gas in it and drove it down the road, cleared a couple codes off that were popping up after we had left the sensor unplugged. So, but other than that, not too bad for a little old C5, little old 03 model, yeah. So, but yeah, getting it all ready to get it tuned up. That'll be the next step. Runs good now. We just want to fine tune it a little bit better. So, bad, but we'll see where we go. But yeah, I missed mine. I had no 4. So we'll explain a little more on that one, why soreness and all the other stuff like that's going on. So a little bit of a car accident. But after that, signing out for now. Go to the next video. So one at a time. A little windy out today. People mowing the lawn. So we'll go from there, guys. Peace out.